I wanted to cut my grass today, but there is a problem, a concern, a malfunction, an error, a discrepancy. The carburetor is not working right. The float in the carburetor is not floating. It's letting fuel dump through the engine like crazy, and I can't cut the grass like that because it won't stay running. I just took it over to someone's house, changed the oil, sharpened the blade, and now the oil is full of gasoline. I tried to run it, and I'd be pulling a cord a lot, and it went through a tank of gas in about 15 minutes. If I pull the rope now, probably what will happen is a whole bunch of fuel will dump out of that muffler. Here's the quick and easy way to prop up the mower for repairs. Just tilt it up on the side you need to get to and tie it with a piece of rope. Now I can get to this nice and easy. Way back in the long ago, I used to go out and do work on the cars and get all greasy and dirty and do what had to be done. But nope, I've had enough of that. I don't want to do that kind of work anymore. Okay, there's the apparently defective float. Now clean out the fuel bowl. You're going to get a pair of pliers to pull that pin out. Okay. I'm going to pull this pin out. And don't lose it. And now we'll take the old float assembly out. Yep, this float is the problem. Can you hear it? There's gasoline in there. That makes the float heavy. And when the float's heavy, the float can't float. And when the float can't float, it can't close the needle valve to keep the engine from flooding with fuel. Right? Right. So, changing the float that doesn't float for a float that floats is how you fix the problem. Obviously. There's the replacement float. And you can't see it on camera, but the weight of one compared to the weight of the other, it's not even close. All right. Okay, one of the YouTube videos I saw said you take a 13/64 drill bit and put it here and see if the float touches it. Well, I don't have a 13/64. A 13/64 is 1/64 larger than a 3/16. I don't have anything between 3/16 and a 1/4 inch. So instead of spending the money to go out and get one, I'll just use a 3/16 and make it a little bit loose. That's the LoudMouthTim way. Almost as good and a whole lot cheaper. Now, according to what they say, the float is too low. So I need to bend that to raise it up some. I'm just going to kind of bend it down a little bit by hand here. Okay, you see how it's closer now? I'm going to try it again. And now, look at it right there. That is closer. A lot closer. The pieces flex. So it's hard to tell when you're really all the way up. But that is where it stops now. So, I'm going to call that good enough right there. Now, I'm sure you're supposed to clean all this and change the gasket and everything, but that doesn't go with the LoudMouthTim policy of almost as good and a whole lot cheaper. So, I'm just going to pop this back on. and put the bolt in. It wasn't leaking before, and it shouldn't leak now. Okay, since you're threading into aluminum, you do not want to over tighten it. You just go until it stops, then give it one little and that's it. So if it runs, I'm not going to run it for long because the oil smells like gasoline a lot. Okay, it seems to be fixed. And that is how you fix a mower with LoudMouthTim. Please like, comment, and subscribe.